Welcome back, welcome back. This is going to be the sitemap for the scenario which I've given. These 4 scenarios are going to be on my website, so you can go there, grab them and do some practice work yourself at home. Even though I'll be using PowerPoint, and I'm choosing PowerPoint because I know every school will have access to PowerPoint. You can use other tools as well. You're not restricted to just using PowerPoint. And I think some of the other tools are actually way, way better. But because PowerPoint is so synonymous with schools, it just makes sense for me to do that. So this is the first one here. I really love this one. It's called draw.io. I'll put the name on screen and I'll put the link in the description as well. It's a completely free account. You can go there and you can create almost any type of diagram you want. The next one is also free. This is Google Drawing. I'll put the link in the description as well. This is available if you have a Google account. You simply go to new in the top left hand corner, you click on drawing and it comes up with this, and you can do shapes just like you do with PowerPoint, but I prefer this over PowerPoint. Finally, we have Canva. So for Canva, you can click on create and you can look for sitemap at the top, and if nothing comes up, it does come up, but if nothing comes up, you can always just create either a presentation or create a custom size and insert all the shapes and all the diagrams and everything you want and all the text you want, and it will work perfectly fine. The scenario I'll be working on is again scenario 1, and in scenario 1, this is about RonsTechHub. They are a digital media company focusing on entertainment and technology content for young audiences. So I'm going to shift this slightly. So please go ahead, read everything that you need to read and pick out the things that you think you need to do for this. Down here it mentions that it needs 3 pages, but I'm probably going to extend that myself. There is no limitation to the number of pages that you can create. I would never ever recommend creating loads of pages, but for this website where it's going to speak about gaming, anime, movies and technology, only having 3 pages is probably not a good idea. So I'm going to change this slightly to suit what I think is best. And again, I'm going to justify that in my annotation saying 3 pages, even though it could work, each page might be too cluttered. So rather than making a page too cluttered, I've created extra pages. So I'm going to create a page for home. I'm going to create a page for gaming, one for anime, one for movies, one for technology, and maybe one for contact as well. But I could also put the contact section on the home page. So I haven't fully decided yet. What I've done on this Word document here is I've made some notes on things that are going to be on my website. So as I've said before, I'm not going to be doing only 3 pages. You can do more pages. At the moment, I have 5 pages I'm going to be creating. And the first one is going to be the home page. We have the gaming hub or the gaming page. There's going to be the movie hub or the movie page, the anime one for technology as well. I might put the contact page under the home page here because it just seems to make the most sense. So what I'm going to do is make some notes. That's what I would suggest. Make some notes on paper, in a Word document, in a PowerPoint, wherever you want to make the notes. And then from there, you do 1 page at a time. Now, ideally, you would be able to create the home page and then copy and paste whatever you've done and change the names of the sections that you've made. So I'm going to do the home page first. I'm going to do it in PowerPoint. I'm going to speed through it. Then once I've finished it, I'm going to come back and explain each section. Before you start making your sitemap, don't just watch my video. I'm going to put the search criteria link here for YouTube so you can go and watch sitemap from as many people as you want. So if you don't like the way I've done mine, you can go check out a few others. There's no real wrong way to do it once you have all the stuff that they require. Just don't be too detailed in your sitemap, because in your wireframes, that's where you're going to need to be more detailed. Alright, so this is the homepage I've made so far. And again, let me go back to my notes quickly. At the very top, I have my header. I have a top section, which is going to be an interactive carousel featuring 4 trending articles. So because my website is going to have gaming, movies, animes, TV shows, or technology, I think it was, I'm going to do 1 for each category. So there's going to be 1 gaming thing up there, 1 anime thing, 1 movie thing, and 1 technology thing. And people can click on it to actually go onto those specific articles to read it or to watch the video on whatever it is. Under that, I'm going to have a bottom section, which is going to be large navigation buttons linking to the other 4 sections of the web page. So I'm going to have a gaming hub, as I mentioned, movie, anime, and technology. There's going to be a contact section where people are allowed to send us messages. You know, this is normally on a contact page by itself, but I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to put this on the home page. And finally, we have the footer as well. The footer is going to be present just like the header on every single page, where we have accessibility features, so like dark mode, light mode, and basic social media links. So that's the home page completely finished. And the next thing I'm going to do is maybe just copy this, paste it, and then make the other pages from this. Because I haven't fully decided how I'm going to lay my content out yet, so I just have the blocks in to show where the content is going to be, and then on the wireframe, which is going to be part 2 of the assignment, I believe I'm going to show where things are actually going to be placed and what they might look like. Yes, I know mine looks very lazy because I have the same categories on each page, but I'm trying to make my life a bit easier and show you guys what you need to do as well. Your content on each page does not need to be the same. So please, please, please look at your scenario, see what each page should have logically. Now I've chosen a very easy one. Gaming, movies, animes, and technology. We could have the similar heading. Well, the same heading is going to be for every page. That's where you're going to have your buttons to link to other pages. The interactive carousel is going to be information at the top of the page, which cycles through. So for each one, I'm going to have maybe the 4 top stories for gaming. And then this one, I'm going to have the 4 top stories for movies. So new movies, new reviews, whatever it is, I'm going to put that there. Same for anime and the same for technology. And for gaming content, I might have links to gaming reviews or links to video gaming reviews. So, you know, like the YouTube type thing where someone reviews a game on YouTube, I might have those links as well. The footer is going to be the same for every single web page. That's going to be where I put my social media links or anything that I think is important. So I have chosen a lazy one, I know, but please, please, please look at your scenario and make sure that you choose the right thing for you. The only thing left for me to do now is to add the arrows in. This is probably the worst program for drawing arrows that connect. The other programs I mentioned before, so Google Drawing or Draw.io or Canva is much better for this. But again, I'm using PowerPoint for simplicity. So you go to insert like you would for everything else. You go over to shapes. I'm going to grab an arrow. It's not going to be a good looking arrow or a good looking shape, but you know what? It gets the job done. That's all I really care about for now. So there we have it. I've got my 5 pages. And again, the only thing I need to do for this now, because I've given the logical layout of each page, the only thing I need to do for this now is to do the annotations. So what I might do is next to the home page, I'll put some annotations here. Under the gaming page, movies, anime, and technology, I'll put some notes here for the annotations. Annotations are simply notes of things that might be on the page. So for example, in my document here where I have features, this could be a part of the annotations. I'm going to say interactive image gallery of new gadgets. For page 2, I've got animated hover effects on game articles. So whenever I move my mouse over something, it doesn't just stay static and the mouse hand changes to a pointer hand, but the thing might also pulse as well. So whatever features you want to add to yours, that's what the annotations are going to be. This is what I've come up with so far. Probably not the best, so I think I might actually change to use one of the other features or one of the other programs. So here I have my home page at the very top, and down here I have my other 4 pages. Now ideally you need to have arrows pointing to each page, but when I did this, I'll show you quickly, it just looked horribly, it didn't look very nice, it didn't look very neat. And as I mentioned before, getting your shapes to connect properly in PowerPoint is probably not the best way. Now I'm not saying that you shouldn't use it. I would still recommend PowerPoint to most people, even if this design doesn't look amazing and doesn't look wonderful. The fact that it's logical, the fact that it has your annotation, the fact that it has everything that you need, you are still 100% able to use it. This is what the arrows look like currently. Now on the desktop version of PowerPoint, you can make the page physically bigger so you can have more space to work with. I haven't figured out how to do that on the online version of PowerPoint. And the boxes right next to the home page are specific to the home page, and the boxes to the right hand side are going to be things that will be on every other page, including the home page as well. As I said, I'm not really happy with this design, but this would be okay. And again, it shows the page and the general content that will be on the page. It shows the annotations for the home page, for example. Then it shows the other pages and how they link back to the home page or how the home page links to them. And it also shows the annotations for each of those pages. So this is not a bad design. I just think it's a very ugly design. So I'm going to change from PowerPoint, but I still showed the PowerPoint way anyway. I left it in this video because somebody might want to use PowerPoint because it's so easy, because it's so simple, because they already know it, because it's free. The program I've decided to use for this one is going to be draw.io. You can just Google draw.io. So if I go to draw.io, go to their website, you can log in with your Google account or you can log in with another account. I'm going to be using Google, so that's why I've got mine open. Once you've added it to your Google account, the only thing you need to do from here is to click on where it says new. I'm going to go down to where it says more and I'm going to choose draw.io. Doesn't look very pretty, but trust me, it works really, really well. It does have quite a lot of templates as well. So I've typed in site here and this is the one that came up. I'm not going to be using that one because it's probably not the best for me. I'm just going to use a normal blank basic one. So I'm going to go to where it says blank diagram. Click on that, then click on create. I've named it sitemap and I'm going to click on save. That's going to create my document. It's going to have grids, shapes, and everything that we need to create our sitemap. Just like before, I'm going to go ahead and do my sitemap. I'm going to basically copy what I had here in the PowerPoint onto this new sitemap, but I'm going to speed through it. So keep watching. Nothing is going to change other than I'm using a different program. So So this is my new design, more or less finished. Yes, I know it looks boring and colorless, but that's fine. I don't really care about that. I'm going to leave it as it is. Now, the good thing about this is that, again, it just has an amazing design feature where I can click on the arrow here and simply drag it down and drop it on this one. And do the same thing to this one. Click on the arrow and drag it. So move your mouse over the shape. You're going to click on the arrow when it pops up and simply just drag it down to the shape you want. Same thing for this one as well. Move your mouse over it, click it out and drag it down to the section you want. And that's it. I've got all my arrows. They do look a bit skinny, so I might make them a bit thicker. So I think that's everything. So let me try and zoom in so you guys can see better. Here I got my home page in the middle, and below that I've got my 4 other pages: gaming, movies and TV shows, anime. Let me get rid of that box, technology. And right next to home page I have the annotations just for home page, and below the other pages I have the annotations for those pages. Because I have the same sections on each page, what I've done is essentially describe what the features will be across all 4 pages or across all 5 pages. And just a quick one, the annotations, even though you know what they are from me, what the annotations are supposed to do is say, why have you done this particular thing, and how is this particular thing going to help you make the website valuable to its audience. For example, because this type of website from my scenario was supposed to be between the ages of 16 and I believe 30-ish. It's going to be interactive carousel, so you can see at the very top of the website different stories on different topics, and it cycles through. There's a nice animation, people can click on it and read. You can click next to see the next thing. Another example would be the footer on every page. The footer is going to have social media links, and as you know, everyone now is massively into social media, so there's going to be a YouTube button down there that takes you to their YouTube page, a TikTok, an Instagram, any social media that they have is going to be in the footer side. In the header for each page, there are going to be buttons that help you navigate around the page. This is going to be something that's just generally required for websites. The interactive carousel on each page gives that consistency, but it also allows the user to see the most recent or the most up-to-date or the most popular thing at the time without them having to scroll and click through loads of different buttons. And again, as I've said before, this is not the only way. This is not the best way to do this assignment, but just by glancing over my own scenario, this is one way I could do it. There are dozens and dozens of ways I could have done this, but I've chosen to do this way just because it's quick, it's simple, it's easy to follow, and it just makes sense. Please, please, please look at your scenario, look at what you're being asked to do, and make sure that everything that you're being asked to do, you can produce it here in the sitemap. I've gone back in, I've reread my scenario, and I've added a few more sections here at the bottom. Now, I'm not going to go over every single thing here. The main thing of this whole thing I've done is just to show you guys how you would do one. Oh, I've noticed a mistake. So that should be gaming. This one should be movies, stroke TV shows. This one should be anime. This one should be, yeah, so don't make any silly mistake like that, all right? Make sure you go over everything. Make sure you double check everything. I'm going to make this one available on my website, so you can feel free to go there and grab it. The link will be in the description as well at some point, or just go to my website, go to AAQ IT, go to Unit 3 website development, and it's going to be there somewhere. The final thing I didn't show for either of these designs is how to get them as pictures. Now, you can obviously do a screenshot. That's probably going to be the easiest way to do this. However, if you save them as images, you can simply drag them and drop them into your Word documents or PowerPoints, and they should be a bit clearer. So for PowerPoint online or for PowerPoint offline, you simply go to File, you go to where it says Export, and I'm going to choose Export to Images. Then I'm going to click on Download here. It's going to download a zip file, and that zip file will have all my images in there. If I go back to draw.io, let me just quickly open this again. I'm going to go to File, I'm going to go to Export As, and choose the file format you want. PNG, JPEG, or WebP. These are the top 3 that are going to be probably best. I would say go PNG because that's going to give you the best quality with a relatively small file. Then you can just import this into your Word document. File, export as, PNG. Leave everything as it is unless you wanted to change something. I don't need to change anything. I'm going to click on export. I'm going to choose where I want it to be saved on my device. I'm going to choose save. That downloads straight away. So when I click on it, it's only 300 kilobytes. When I click on it, this is what I'll get. And I can simply import this into my Word document. This is P1, M1, and D1, which I did earlier. But what I'm going to do now is at the very end of this, just before references, I'm going to add a page or a section called P2 and M2 for the section I just did. So I'm going to label this P2 and M2. This is, again, not the only way to do this. I'm just doing this because it's really, really quick. And then I'm going to put my images in here. I'm going to put both my designs in here, but you only obviously need to put one. I'm putting both in here just to show people who use PowerPoint what they need to do, and to show people who use draw.io or any other diagramming tool online what they need to do. The zip file that was downloaded from Microsoft PowerPoint Online is going to be here. I'm going to click on extract all here. When this window comes up, I'm just going to simply click extract. That's going to extract it to another folder here. I'm going to double click on this folder and simply drag this image into my Word document. So my Word document is here. I'm going to just drag this to one side for now and drag this image across. That's in there. Job done. I'm going to add the next one just underneath this. So I'm going to go back to my downloads folder. It should be this one here. I'm going to drag this one in as well. And there we go. I've got both my images in. I think this one obviously looks a bit more colorful, but hopefully that was useful to someone. Like and subscribe, comment, share. There's a lot more stuff incoming.